What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Tigris Gaming and welcome back to some more Call of Duty Warzone videos. In today's video I have for you guys couple tips and tricks that will help you guys win more Battle Royale games. Every time I have used these tips and tricks I have seen improvement. Game after game I am placing higher and higher, and trust me, if these tips and tricks work for me, then they will most definitely work for you guys. With that being said, if you guys enjoy these type of videos and want more tips and tricks, more Call of Duty news and all that good stuff, glitches as well, then make sure to absolutely smash that like button, subscribe if you're new, and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any of these videos. And with that being said, let's get into the tips and tricks that will help you win more games. Alright, let's start with tip number 1, and that is you need to save up cash and then buy the loadout. In my opinion, this is very important tip, because when you save up cash, you need 6,000 to be exact. Once you get to a buy station, you need to buy a loadout, and once you do that, then you can pick any of the 10 custom loadouts that you guys use in multiplayer. And the reason I'm saying this is a very good tip, because you guys have been playing multiplayer since the game has been out. You guys know what weapons are good, you guys are familiar with the weapons, and you guys know you've created classes that are OP for you guys in multiplayer. So buying this loadout, then you can pick and choose any loadout that you guys already use in multiplayer that you guys are familiar with. And that's why I'm saying it is very important, this tip, because you get to use guns that you are familiar with perks and attachments and field upgrades. So you are using something that you're already familiar with, and that's always good. Alright, we move on to tip number 2, and tip number 2 is stay as close as possible to the gas. And you're probably asking yourself, this guy has lost it, he's done, this is it, what are you on about? That's the worst way to play Call of Duty Warzone. Well, that's what you think, but it's actually one of the best strategies to do in a game of Warzone. Look how close I am to the gas. That's the distance that you want to keep, okay? You want to keep some of a safe distance from a gas. You do not want to go right next to it, right 1 centimeter away from it. No, you want to keep a distance, so in case of a tricky situation, you have enough time to move out of it. But the reason I'm saying stay as close to the gas as possible, look how close I am. I am very close. It's very dangerous. You always have to have one eye on the timer. If you are using this strategy, you need to have always one eye on the timer, so you know when to move and when not to move. But let's go back to why I'm saying this is a very good strategy. The reason this is a very good strategy is because you won't see a lot of people near the edge or next to the gas. Of course, because if they are, it will kill them. But this strategy is a very dangerous one, but it has a very high reward, because a lot of people are already quite a way outside of the gas. You know what I mean? They're already somewhat in the middle of the map. That's awesome for them, but for you guys, what you want to do is you want to stay back. You want to move in as the gas moves in. So you basically want to get moved by the gas, if that makes sense. You want to take your time, stay next to the gas, go in as the gas goes in the map, and no one's gonna bother you because there's no one there. You can loot places, you can take your time, you can do whatever you want to, plan strategies, do whatever you want, but as long as you keep your eye on the timer and keep a safe distance from the gas, but at the same time stay as close to the gas as possible. We move on to tip number 3, and tip number 3 is do not engage against an enemy unless you have to. And you're probably saying to yourself, well, okay, you know what, if he hadn't lost it by that last tip where he's like stay as close to the gas as possible, he had to have lost it here. What on earth? It's Call of Duty game. You're supposed to engage, you're supposed to kill people. It's Battle Royale, you're supposed to be the last one remaining. Yes, trust me, I understand that. But why engage if you don't have to? Why go in a 50-50 battle when you don't even need to have 50-50 battle? Survive as long as you can before engaging with anyone. Don't engage unless you really have to. You guys have been seeing this video. I have not engaged with anyone. Why? Because I don't need to. Why risk a 50-50? If I have to, if there's someone in front of me or I am in the risk of getting killed, then yes, by all means, I will engage. And I know this goes against the game. It's Call of Duty. You're supposed to kill people. Trust me when I say this. It works, okay? It works. You don't need to engage with anybody unless you have to. Alright everybody, we move on to tip number 3, and tip number 3 is specific for the trios or duos and or squads whenever they are all implemented in the game. But this one you can't do solo obviously because you need a team. But tip number 4 is play with a team, and not only just any team but play with your friends. Get 2 friends, play trios, and communication is key. It is very important that you not only have friends to play with but also communicate with them so you guys can easily win a game. It is much better than just playing solo obviously, or just playing with a random team of strangers. It never ends good. I'm not saying you can't win, but it's just not as good as having friends and communicating with them. So tip number 4 is communicate with your team members and make sure that those team members are your friends. We move on to our last tip of this video, and that is use vehicles. They are very crucial. It can get you out of tricky situations. Vehicles are in a game for a reason, so make sure you use them. 100% they will get you out of tricky situations. So many times, even in this video that you guys are watching right now, I was in so many tricky situations, but because I had a vehicle, I was able to survive them and get out of those situations and just escape. And that's what you need. Not only that, if you guys are next to the gas, then you can quickly get out of it if you are using a vehicle. It is a very good way of not only escaping tricky situations but also getting from point A to point B in this huge map. So trust me, use vehicles. They are there for a reason. Make sure you use the hell out of them because they are overpowered. Yes, I would even go on to say they are overpowered. It's not cheating, they're in the game. Infinity Ward put them in the game, we'll use them, nothing wrong with that. But with that being said, this will bring us to the end of this tips and tricks for Warzone. I hope you guys have found this very helpful. If you have, then make sure to absolutely smash the like button, and if you also want more future videos of tips and tricks and all that good stuff, also smash the like button. If you guys are new here, make sure to subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any of these videos and to help this channel grow. I hope you guys have a good day, and I will catch you guys later.